Hi, this is Nick from Career Journey, and today we're going to talk about career decisions. Why people do not like to make career decisions? Well, there are three main reasons for it. The first reason is the decisions are permanent. Yes, you make a decision and you can't go back. Permanent decisions scares people. The decision sometimes involves risk. People can take a risk based on going to work in a company that's very young, so there is a risk of job security, or might go and work. People might decide that working for themselves is the best option, and then there is obviously a financial risk. And fear for the unknown is another big element we come across that really makes people anxious about career decisions. So what influences a decision? Well, I've compiled a little list here of things that influence a career decision. There are more elements that can influence your decision, and I recommend if you're really struggling to make a decision, you compile your own list. But you can start with some of the elements we think are important. So, for example, skills. If you are going into a career where you're gonna have to use your skills continuously, or from the other side you're going to have a lot of time where you're gonna have to learn things because you just don't have the skills. How comfortable are you with that? For example, strengths. Are you gonna work every day with your strengths, or are you going to be faced with your weaknesses every day? Values. Sometimes values are very important. For example, some people can only sell things they believe in, whilst in some companies you're forced to sell things that are utterly useless. Or, for example, environmental policies of a company or contributions to good causes are all values that might help you to either decide to go for a specific career or not. Personality. Sometimes you come into a company and everybody seems kinda outgoing and loud and enthusiastic, and you know what, you're maybe a more introvert person. Are you gonna fit in? Is it important to you? Another thing is growth and development. Sometimes, certainly for those who are at the beginning of their careers, growth and development is extremely important. They want to learn, they want to get more responsibilities, and that's what they thrive on. Whilst other people say, I don't really care what I do the whole day as long as the paycheck comes at the end of the month. And a secure income is their main driver. Other people might have younger kids and don't want a long commute and work somewhere close to home, so they can go and play with the kids in the evening. Whilst other people might really think about environment and the culture of the company they work for. And for those who have indeed young kids, flexibility can be a main driver that influences a decision. For example, are you going to be able to work from home maybe one day a week? Or what if the kids are sick and they need to be picked up from school earlier? Are you going to be allowed to do that or not? So flexibility can be a real big influence. Now, like I said, this list isn't really exhaustive, and so everybody needs to decide what is their list and how important are each of these things, and that's how you make a decision, the level of importance. Some of these things are more important than others. So what you do is go through all these points, level them on importance, where 1 is not important, 5 is very important, and then once you get all the numbers, look at the different job and career options you have, and then rank them against how important these are. And you can sometimes even ask these questions in the interviews. You can ask about flexibility, you can ask about values, you can ask about growth and development, obviously secure income, for example, skills and strengths you should know from the job description. So these things aren't hard to find out, and so I recommend go through this list, look at it what's important for yourself. Look at the different job options and career options you have and match them against them. And you will find very quickly that some decisions are much easier than you think they are. So, I hope this helped you a little bit on the way to make better career decisions. And there is more information on our website, so have a look there if you're still not out it. And if you really struggle, you can always get in touch with us. Thank you.